Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another edition of Unboxed. I am your host Brian. So as the winter months get colder, we got the heat that will get you through this brick of a weekend. So slated to release this weekend, we have the 2018 Doernbecher Freestyle Collection. We're going to be highlighting some key pieces in the collection, going over the materials, and more importantly, the stories behind the shoes. So if you guys are ready, let's get into it. So the Doernbecher Hospital has partnered with Nike for over the last 15 years, in which they would give the opportunity for patients to design their own Nike models, whether it be anything from Nike basketball to Nike running. Nothing was off limits as far as materials and styles go. Over the years, we've seen some really iconic pieces, such as the Jordan 9s, the Jordan 4s, KDs, LeBrons, Air Maxes, Air Force Ones, you name it, they have done it, but with different iterations and different stories behind each model. So diving right into the 2018 collection, first up we have the Air Force One. So the Air Force One is designed by a 10-year-old girl by the name of Chloe Swiatek. So she chose the Air Force One and pretty much put on everything that represents what she loves and cherishes most about her life. On the toe box we have her basketball jersey number as well as a dog print, and on the inside lining of the shoe as well, there's tons of dog prints all over it. On the tongue you can see that she gives a nod to both her mom and dad. On the back of the shoe you have Velcro patches, a basketball and a soccer ball, which represents her love for both sports. But as a little party favor, she also threw in a bunch of other patches that come with it. The dog print, the Portland Trail Blazers, because that is her favorite basketball team, and a bunch of other goodies. So definitely, something super dope they threw in with the shoe. As far as on the side of the shoe, where it says breathe, it is encased in a rubber translucent Nike swoosh, and on the bottom of the shoe it is a translucent icy sole. But on the back heel you can see like a design towards the back which represents a medical port which helps her receive her medication. And moving over to the Nike Air, on the back heel it is crossed out where it says Air, it says Cure on the right shoe, and on the left it says CF, cystic fibrosis. Overall, a super dope shoe and a perfect representation of this little girl. Next up we have the Air Max 97s designed by 16-year-old Kirsten Brown. The Air Max 97s is a representation of her heart transplant after she had a stroke, and it's a phenomenal shoe because it embodies what she went through. And in big bold letters you can see it says Survivor on the lateral side of the shoe, which is what this girl is. So diving into the materials, on the midsole we have a speckled safari print as well as the color lavender, which is her favorite color. And on the medial side of the shoe towards the toe box it says family, as well as the heart monitor spikes with a heart in the middle. And on the outsole of the shoe there are heart plates at the bottom, green and red colorway on opposite shoes. So the green represents transplant awareness and the red represents stroke awareness. And on the back of the shoe as well it says Survivor on the tag. Overall, super dope shoe. Brilliant concept as far as like the way she mixed up with her colors and just like subtle things too, as far as like the safari print, the print towards the toe box that says family, and the heart monitor spikes and the heart in the middle, and also like the attention to detail as far as the opposite colors on the bottom, one representing transplant awareness as well as the other representing stroke awareness. So this girl is like trying to shed light her condition and what she's been through this design, and I think she really got her point across. Overall, definitely one of the best shoes in the pack. Next up we have the Air Max 270 designed by 9-year-old Aiden Barger. Aiden actually just recently and is recovering now, but he went through a brain surgery after it was discovered that he had a brain malformation. And for a 9-year-old kid, that's a lot of stuff to go through. But this shoe right here is a representation of pretty much himself, a strong fighting kid. So we have on the back of the shoe, we have his initials AB, but also represents his sister's initial as well, Abigail. And on the pretty much you can see that the entire shoe is outfitted in camo, which is a shout out to his cousin who is serving in the military. But if you guys look very closely, it is a brain scan. Yeah, a brain scan outfitted in camo print, which is crazy creative, because I would have never thought to put that on a shoe where I actually use a brain scan design and then throw camo on top of that. So a really cool pattern, and super dope that this 9-year-old kid thought of that. Who would have thought? And on the lateral side of the shoe, we have the mantra "Always Believe," and on the outsole we have "Always Believe" as well, because when you're a kid fighting and recovering from brain surgery, that's all you have, is to just believe that things will get better and you will overcome. So, you know, Aiden, shout out to you. You designed a super dope shoe right here. Next up, we have the Air Jordan 15 designed by 11-year-old Donovan Deneen. So he takes inspiration for the 15 through his love for Japanese anime, and even though it doesn't say, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that it is represented from Dragon Ball Z because of the apparel that comes with it. It kind of just looks like Goku's eyes on the hoodie that releases with the shoe. If you guys don't know what it looks like, just make sure you check it out on our website. Link will be below in the description. But as far as the material goes, he has outfitted the entire shoe in suede, and the small design and pattern is represented for dragon scales, which is pretty dope. On the midsole of the shoe, we have gold accents. On the back, it is a gold accent as well as his birthday. And on the insole, it has the outlines of a gold dragon. And as far as the tongue goes, it is a Japanese symbol that represents protection. So overall, super dope shoe. Donovan, really happy with this one. All right, next up we have the Nike Zoom Fly SP designed by 11-year-old Peyton Ventress. Peyton, who suffers from Crohn's disease for the better part of his life, was given an opportunity to pretty much put his spin on the Zoom Fly. And as you can tell, this is what he stated is, if a strikeout and a home run could be personified in a shoe, this would be it right here. For his love of baseball, as you can tell, you can see on the tongue right here, it is a baseball with a 77 and a 16, which represents the last time the Cubs won a World Series. So he is a huge Cubs fan. And on the back as well, you can see it 1977, which is representation of the last time the Portland Trail Blazers won a championship. All right, now as far as the materials of the Zoom Fly, we have a translucent upper that wraps around the entirety of the shoe, orange accents around the lace holes, as well as a metallic red swoosh that wraps around both on the lateral and medial side, and green and yellow accents on the toe box and side panels. And to finish up the silhouette, the insole, which incorporates a baseball theme with baseball stitching, Peyton's monogram where it says World Champions 77 and 16 for his two favorite teams. And so finally, to round out the collection, last but not least, we have the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro, designed by 12-year-old Joey Bates, who's going through Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is a degenerative disease which makes him progressively weaker, but it hasn't stopped this kid from making a super dope shoe. The Nike SB that he chose is inspired by his love for chicken, wanting to be a fighter pilot, and his love for the Green Bay Packers. Moving over into the materials of this model, we have gold and green accents, which is a representation of the Packers, as well as on the outsoles. You see 52 on the right, pretty much as an all-over print, and on the left, towards the bottom of the heel, is a 52 as well. It is a representation of his love for number 52, the monster, the sack machine, Clay Matthews. And on the tongue, we have the American flags, which is inspired for his love of the armed services and the fact that he wants to hopefully one day fulfill his dream of becoming a fighter pilot. On the back of the shoe, we have his initials, or his name, Joey Bates, as well as on the side you can see there's a chicken there, which is his love for chicken. And funny enough, on the insole of the shoe, on the right side you have a chicken riding a tank, and on the left is a chicken, you know, fighter plane. So this kid is super in love with chickens, and it really goes to show in this shoe. But the most interesting thing about this sneaker is in fact on the Nike swoosh and towards the back where his name is at, is a crazy like cement print like pattern, which is a representation of a turtle figurine he got in Hawaii. So that was like a really dope little feature that he threw in there too. Overall, super dope shoe, Joey. Okay guys, that is a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning into this latest edition of Unbox. Just as a reminder, the 2018 Doernbecher Freestyle Collection will be available online and in store at select DTLR Villa locations at 10 a.m. on December 15th, so don't sleep. The Doernbecher Collection is going to a really good cause. All the proceeds will be going back into the Doernbecher Foundation, so 'tis the season of giving, guys, so make sure you show these kids love and support. Until the next episode, guys, I'll see you after the holidays. Peace.